All right, so there's two ways to hit this thing, right? One thing is to just type in your own two values or any two values, right? Just pick. Right? You could use that. I don't care, right? Okay, and then use this formula. Range is v squared over g, sine of twice the angle. Here's your velocity. Here's your theta, right? Okay, so just type it in, and then once you figure that out, type the range in there. Right? I think this is totally cheating, but the goal of this is to use this equation to get this ball in there. Okay. Now let me just give you a clue. I would use angles. I would use angles bigger than 45 degrees if you do that. Low angles tend to not go in the hole. Okay. Okay. So that's method number one, right? Method number two is to use the fact that the angle is the inverse sine of g times the range, right? So this is our range. G is 9.81, right, over v squared, and this is our v, right? Okay, and this is the angle that we calculate, right? And then that divided by 2. Now this will always give you the low angle, so then the next step is go 90 minus that angle, right? So pretend like you're doing the rocket competition and solve for the angle using this, right? Okay. Now if you get domain error, try a bigger velocity, or check and make sure you squared the v, right? Sometimes people don't square that, right? But the domain error just means that it's out of range. That is, you're taking the inverse sine of something bigger than 1, and then it doesn't like that, right? Because it's got to be 1 or smaller, between 1 and -1, inclusive. Okay, so that's way number one, or way number two to do this, right? And then, of course, the third way to do it would be to, if range is equal to v squared over g sine of 2 theta, you could just pick an angle, say pick 45 degrees, right? If you pick 45 degrees, this goes away, right? And then v is just equal to the square root of what, g times range, right? So, there it is, right? Whatever that is, just calculate that thing, set her at 45 and fire away, okay? Anyway, have fun.